What it is, YouTube? It's your boy DC coming back with another bullseye of a tutorial here today on the channel. So I want to do a full mix breakdown and I want to just get right to it. This is a really dope artist I've been working with lately and I fuck with him a lot. So I just wanted to, promote him and also do a full mix breakdown of these gems, bass, drums, kick, the whole thing. Let's get to it right now. If you guys do like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Down below, you like these videos, let me know or keep doing more like this to support the channel. Also down below, you feel me, check the link. So let's get to it right now, bro. Let's not even waste a second.
I said, ooh, why you tripping? We just here in the shallow end of the pool. Stand up, it's not that deep. Why'd you had to tweak on me? Now you bring my name up unprompted. You ain't even had to speak on me. The milk's been spilled, ain't no use in crime, but them tears rolling down your cheek. Think I'm running out of empathy. For me, you ain't getting any sympathy. Trying to weaponize your emotions. Got me thinking I'd rather be your enemy. Maybe it's not that deep, or maybe it's way too deep. Your waters don't really feel safe no more, so I went and took me a swim upstream. Now they sending me texting all caps, and you getting left on scene. Talking about I'm mean. You don't even believe that, but I appreciate the feedback. Shit's not that deep.
It's not that deep. Yeah, it's not that deep. Tossed by the waves and you wash in the waves. You spiral the drain and I watch and I wave. Peace. Cause it's not that deep. Used to have your back, but it's not that deep. New memories on my contact sheet. We can keep it light, cause it's not that deep. Not that.
All talk, haters really ain't on shit. Don't be coming around me acting sensitive. I'm real calm, kindly miss me with the dramatics. And keep my name out your mouth when you mention it. Unless you comfortable with leaning in the tension in. They start feeling tight and I can see they shifting, man. They not real, I can see these niggas fiction, damn. Demanded, but they never pay attention. Wow, it's so wild. Can you bring the spice to a mile? I don't really wanna get riled up. Who you thinking you talking to like a child? If a nigga get it started, I'm better minding it down. This shit too slow creep. Don't be acting like you know me. Yeah, I'm too cool for the high seat. Tell a hater let it go, cause it's not deep. It's not deep.
It's not that deep. Yeah, it's not that deep. Tossed by the waves and you wash in the waves. You spiral the drain and I watch and I wave. Peace. Cause it's not that deep. Used to have your back, but it's not that deep. New memories on my contact sheet. We can keep it light, cause it's not that deep. Not that. Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost isn't all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect, then I never will. When the cracks start to show, get the set of fill. Been allergic to the fake, where's my Benadryl? The delusion is clinical and the solution is literal. And the alcohol sure may dissolve all the guilt and the shame as you drifting away, but the realness medicinal. Hey.
All right, so y'all gotta understand. I was getting lit, but y'all got an understanding of the song. So let me show you what it sounded like before and after from the reference track.
Why you tripping? We just here shallow end of the pool. Stand up, it's not that deep. Why'd you had to tweak on me? Now you bring my name up unprompted. You ain't even had to speak on me. The milk's been spilled, ain't no use in crime, but them tears rolling your cheek. Think I'm running out of empathy. For me, you ain't getting any sympathy. Trying to weaponize your emotions.
That deep. Yeah, it's not that deep. Tall the waves and you wash in the waves. You spiral the drain and I watch and I wave. Peace. Cause it's not that deep. Used to have your back, but it's not that deep. New.
All right, so this is a really dope song. So the very first thing that I wanted to talk about is the vocal, like literally, because this is like a really, like, this is some real dope rappers that are really spitting, you feel me? It's like a team of them. Like, I really wanted to make sure it was to the point where like you could hear every syllable, word, syllable, and vowel, you feel me? Like on this shit. So I literally went into like every single waveform and like I de-essed it manually. So I use Pro Tools and I use the clip gain effects. I used to use like the regular volume, bringing it down. Sometimes I do that too, but like I like to use the clip effects because it lets me control like the length of the S's and also the sharpness and the transients of all the consonants and stuff like that. So that's literally the first thing I did in this song. Like my pre-prep, I literally go into the vocal. I hear the natural acapella. I listen to it with just the beat. You feel me? Back and forth acapella in the beat, and I literally go in there manually DS everything. So that's a good thing because it allows me to make my vocals bright as I'm doing all this boosting EQ, all the bullshit, all the stuff that we don't need, like the fat and the nasty, you know, meat on the chicken. We don't need. We only get in the good stuff, and that's what we slapping onto the barbecue. All right. So let's look at the first thing is let's just turn off the beat real quick. And actually, no, let's not turn off the beat. Let's start with the beat. All right. So let me turn off this stuff. So I guess this should turn it off. This is how my stuff set up. Like the mix bus is at the top, the vocals, then the lead vocal, then the beat stem. So let's look at the beat first. All right, so with the beat, the first thing about it, like, you know, the kick is like a really bouncy kick. So I pay attention to like how rhythmic is it. And that's going to kind of play into like how I fought with my transient designer and shit. So like the kick is boom, 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 boom type shit. And yeah, first thing I did is I used the Pultec to boost the booty, you know, feel me, to give it some more cheeks. The kick needed some more thumps, some more low end, some more airs. So yeah, I did that and I boosted the subs. I have a real subwoofer, the Neumann 750 under me, so I could hear the low end. And also I wanted to hear a little bit more that oomph, that basketball frequency, so I boosted 8K. After that, I use the transient designer to harden up that attack. So sometimes you don't need to use too much boosting EQ on just the kick. You can use the transient designer to sharpen up the kick. And yeah, I just use more of the transient designer to get more attack. All right, really dope. Then I heard some kind of like wonky frequencies inside of the kick, so I just EQ'd those real fast. And of course, while I'm doing this, I don't solo this shit, bruh. Like literally, I'm actually listening to it with the synth bass. So you know, by that point, you know, like I don't really solo at all. I listen to everything in context. I'm just showing it to you because it's a YouTube video. And I did turn my fucking light off because this light is way too hot for how long this video is gonna be. So you know. You see this little lantern that I got right here on my microphone, y'all boys. So yeah, most importantly, on this kick, I took out some nasty frequencies. Yeah, so by then, you know, I use the Avid Lo-Fi 2, and that brings in clipping distortion. It's literally a clipper from Pro Tools. And of course, I had a Spectre on my parallel bus, right? And a VOG, which is a resonant bump, right? And I just created a parallel channel. So the parallel channel was like, okay, what do I need more out of the kick? I hear the boom, 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 boom. I hear that little basketball frequency. And that's why I specifically pushed this. I use my kick knock preset. Yeah, so it's not just the fact that it's only louder, but it's more mid-range. Okay, boom. So then that's where the synth bass starts to come into that motherfucker. Because with the synth bass in the reference track, I couldn't hear the like all that sliding and shit like that. In the synth bass, I couldn't fucking hear it on the song. So I wanted to enhance that because I feel like the synth bass was telling the story too in the overall emotional context of the song, not that deep, you feel me? I want to hear the depth between everything. So the bass is kind of sets the depth. The bass is like the foundation in the house. If I'm building a house, which is the mix, I obviously need to put some motherfucking tiles on the ground or some hard wood type shit like that. So I use the black box HG True, you feel me? And most importantly is I use the tubes. You know, I know the triode tubes gonna thicken up the bass, making it fat, giving it more of a Miami style BBL, you know, gut. And the pento tube is gonna make the face, you know, the upper harmonics more pretty. That's what the pento tube does. It's like Columbine. It's a school shooter. It has that angry pent up aggression. Pento tubes. That's what it does. You feel me? It's more of like, you know, odd order harmonics. just overall making the bass fatter. Okay, boom. Then I rolled off some top end because this is a funk bass and it has so much motherfucking fuzziness that the high end, it was kind of distracting from the mid ranges. I don't really need high end, and I don't really roll off high end on the bass, but I had to do it this time because it was just so fucking fuzzy. And then after that, I use a little bit of a Spectre to not only boost, you know, low end, right? Like a kind of like a pull tech. See, this move right here is what a pull tech does too. It boosts the low end, but it also makes a cut right here when you do the attenuation on the pull tech. So it's making space for the kick without having to do any side chaining or shit like that. You feel me? And of course, this fuzzy, super fuzzy part, I wanted to make it thicker, not necessarily louder, but thicker. So that's why I did a Spectre and I did a SSL saturation right here in that upper mid range. And that's a great way to help bass cut through small speakers. You feel me? Like when I started on my Spectre, I just boost it and I try to find where's that fundamental area of the bass. And then I only do like 1 dB. And I did like a pretty gradual cue. So the whole upper harmonic could get some of that sugary sweet love. And on my parallel bass, I put on Moog. And I know Mixed by Ali likes to use this, but I like to use it too. Whenever I use a funk bass, this is what I use, you feel me? So I'm just using it for the distortion and also the slopes, you know, because just like how I rolled off some top end on this part, that's also doing the same thing right here too. You see this slope right here is cutting off everything, and I'm parallel blending that back in that distorted signal. All right, cool. Next thing we have is the snare or whatever. Oh, no. Most importantly is the drum loop. They had a parallel drum loop, and this drum loop is actually giving like mad volume, bro. This is like the duplicate drum kit. You feel me? Most important thing about this element right here that them boys had was that I needed to, you know, make sure I take off some of the goddamn, you know, low end. So I did a low shelf, bruh, of like 4 dBs to make space for all like the super low end that I just got sounding really good. You know, I just want this drum kit for the percussive element and not the bass. It has a kick in it though. So when I bypass my low shelf, you hear like, damn, the 2 kicks are like 2 fat people trying to walk in through the door at the same time of an In-N-Out burger or some shit like that. They just can't fit. And because they can't fit, they kind of fuck up the entrance, like to see the restaurant. You know what I mean? So that's why I did that low shelf right there. And now you hear the kick even better. I use 60 hertz because I damn well know that was my corner frequency for my pull tech. So that's why I did that. Sometimes you might want to do something different, but I made it easy on myself. Okay, boom. So now let's look at the clap. With the clap, I use Renaissance Axe because this clap has like a super fucking long like reverb on it. And I use this because this is like Waves MV2, like where it squashes the signal and actually makes the sustain feel a little bit longer. So that's why I use that. It's kind of like I'm squeezing all the juice out the lemon. After that, I use the gem dopamine. I know this brings brightness, but analog brightness is modeling a DBX 180. So I wanted to get mild brightness from this snare because I know my lead vocals is what's going to be super bright. You feel me? also that makes the reverb on the snare shimmer even more. Then I use the gate because it's like some old school ass sound that needs to be gated. You feel me? And yeah, on the hi-hats, I use the Spectre. And to get the hi-hats to cut through better in the mix, I use the Spectre on the mid-range mode, you know? All right, now I'm gonna bring in the vocals and all that shit like that. So once I kind of got like the drums sounding good, then I'll start to like, you know, bring in other shit type shit like that. All right. So, you know, with the drums after that, you know, like I had some hi-hats that were harsh, so I just used this preset harsh hi-hat, you know.
When it took me to swim upstream, now you sending me texting all caps and you getting left on scene. Talking about me, you don't even believe that.
And for the most part, that's really how I mix with everything in it. I just know that the people who watch my YouTube videos, they don't really have an ear like that to hear like fucking 100 soldiers coming at you at the same time. So yeah, that's all the drums pretty much, bro. Like, yeah, that's really the drums and just some Avid lo-fi here and there, clipping like a dB. It just makes it a little bit hit harder. All right. And now when it comes to the actual music, there was a singing part right here. And I just did like a little bit of regular EQ because it had some lows on it. I did a little bit RVox to help it get a little thicker. And I used the Abbey Roads chamber to give it a different ambience from everything else inside the mix. This is a very active mix.
She's not that deep.
So yeah, I didn't use the same reverb as the lead vocals because I kind of want to separate this through the fact that it has its own a room inside the apartment complex type shit. Then we have synth chords. I just used the Faraday limiter and the Ozone imager, a Faraday limiter to squash it and get all of the grape juice out of the grapes. And then I use the Ozone 11 to just widen that motherfucker because this is the most consistent sound throughout the whole song. So that's what I do usually when I mix. I find what is like the main eventer here. You know, who's the star basketball player on the team, and then I'm gonna give that motherfucker the endorsement, which is, you know, a little bit more love. You know, this is gonna bring more presence, just putting a limiter and widening it to make it feel bigger. And I didn't have to do no boost in EQ because just the fact that I made it wider, it separates it from everything else in the mix. Because like the drums are all mono. The drums are boom, boom, boom. They're all sitting inside the living room type shit, which is the mid channel. But because I made the synth chords a little bit wider, now it sounds a little bit more present because it's got a room outside of the fucking living room type shit. Like it's got a space outside of the living room. And that's why you can hear it without me doing like any boosting EQ. I just heard like the lead vocal clashing with this sound. So I just cut it out right here type shit like that. Okay, cool. So sometimes if you want something to cut through a mix, you just got to understand like dimensions of a song. Okay, all the drums are in the middle hitting hard, but this sound kind of sounds mono. So if I can widen this up, I can create a space for it, you know, through the sides that will make me be able to hear it. You feel me? Because it's all jumbled up type shit like that, you know? It's kind of like playing with Play-Doh. You stretching and closing shit together to create a piece of art. That's what mixing is to me. All right, so after that, boom, we got the, what the fuck is this? I can't even remember. Toupe. I used Toupe right here, and I just used a little bit of blowed up tape and tube distortion to make something have a little bit more density. So you hear it just makes it feels more heavier. It has more harmonic density. You know, it just went on a Weight Watchers plan and gained like 30 pounds type shit. It just went on a diet and put on some motherfucking weight and some size. All right. After that, I had the trumpets and I used the CLA 76 on all buttons in mode. Just some parallel saturation to help these horns feel like, you know, a HBCU, like a college, you know, college game day when it's college football, make those horns really hit and be present. You feel me? Type shit like that. So I use the CLA 76. You feel me? 76. And then I use the Spectre again to add more density to that mid-range, you know, understanding that 1176 has the FET, the FET transistor components, and that automatically gives some density to the mid-range, but I wanted even more density. I feel like at a certain point in time in the mix, like, damn, I'm losing the trumpets as I'm pushing everything. Now I gave a little bit of help to the trumpets right here. I don't want the trumpet to overly spike out. So yeah, I kind of used a little bit more toupee to, you know, glue everything together through the same honey mustard mayonnaise I threw on the whole sandwich on top of it. So the shit all tastes the same. Then I threw on that wave silk vocal to, like, you know, there's going to be some clashing and some shit just to make this shit sound super clean. Yeah, so as an engineer, you got to understand like a song that has RMS, and this song has like a lot of RMS. So that's why I used, you know, like the mid cut, and you see like when the, it's just so slightly ever attenuating all of that, you know, build up that's happening because everything is long and sustaining and shit like that. You feel me? So then boom, I threw guard particle on the beat. I think I started off with this and I just used it for only the saturator. This is how I use this plugin. I only use the saturation. That's it. And similar to how I used it on the, you know, the chorus, I used something that could bring out low level detail. That's why I use the limiter on the chorus, because it brings out bam, 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 boom, bam, 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 bam. Even though this is level matched, bro, like this is literally damn near level matched. Like, just because I'm squashing it, I'm bringing out all that low level detail. And of course, like, boom, low level detail. I'm using the upwards compressor on the, you know, Ozone 11 maximizer to bring out upwards, like the detail and shit. Okay, boom. Okay, we ain't already 24 minutes in, bro, dropping gems. All right. So, shit, we about almost there. Lead vocal. You know, just a basic ass motherfucking EQ, you know?
Them tears rolling down your cheek. Think I'm running out of empathy for me. You ain't get. Oh, why you tripping? We just here in the shallow end of the pool. Stand up, it's not that deep. Why'd you had to tweak on me? Now you bring my name up, unprompted. You ain't even had to speak on me. The milk's been spilled, ain't no use in crime, but them tears rolling down your cheek. Think I'm running out of empathy for me. You ain't getting any.
I know the people in the back who don't know how to listen to music go like, why you just check all the plugins and bypass it one in and out?
Oh, why you tripping? We just here in the.
Don't be coming around. All talk haters really ain't on shit. Don't be coming around me acting sensitive. I'm real calm. Kindly miss me with the dramatics and keep my name out your mouth when you mention it. Unless you comfortable with leaning in the tension in. They start feeling tight and I can see they shifting.
So for me, like I work differently from other engineers where they might do 2 separate vocal chains for 2 artists. I like to share the vocal chains amongst all the artists, right? Get a setting that works amongst everybody. Then I go to the actual individual track and then put whatever I got to get for them to all sound consistent inside of this, if that makes any sense. You feel me? Because some people, they'll be like, okay, well, this rapper's got a set of plugins and this rapper's got a set of plugins and that rapper's got a set of plugins. And it just makes the whole process fucking confusing. So you see how these settings are literally like nothing, like half a dB, 2 dB, like just the shit that like the common problem that everybody has is like, that's what I take care of on the bus. But then if I have to individually change something on the vocal, then I'll put a different plugin on this rapper's vocal, from this rapper's vocal, from this other rapper's vocal, all right? So this is like my shit that they all got in common bus, you know? And then, okay, boom, Weiss de-esser, right? Weiss de-esser, like my vocals are already like literally not harsh because I went in there and I literally de-essed everything manually with my damn hands, you feel me? And that's how the vocals even sound like that, you feel me? They sound good as fucking up front and not harsh because I literally went in and I de-essed everything manually, you know? And yeah, Weiss de-esser, bro.
Talk haters really ain't on shit. Don't be coming around me acting sensitive. I'm real calm. Kindly miss me with the dramatics and keep my name out your mouth when you mention it. Unless you comfortable with leaning in the tension in. They start feeling tight and I can see they shifting, man. They not real. I can see these niggas fiction, damn.
And it's like, damn, boy, the DSO's only working like 1 to 3 dB. Like it's literally not doing any work. So you can't even hear it. And the vocals get to be brighter and more clarity like that. All right, so pop vocal preset, we know what this does is bringing a lot of energy.
Talk haters really ain't on shit. Don't be coming around me acting sensitive. I'm real calm. Kindly miss me with the dramatics and keep my name out your mouth when you mention it. Unless you comfortable with leaning in the tension in. They start feeling tight and I can see they shifting, man. They not real. I can see these niggas fiction, damn.
Like, bro, everybody knows how important that plugin and that preset is to me. Like, really. And then after that, you know, the Kramer tape, I use the Kramer tape, bringing harmonic density to the vocals for some weird reason. In the reference, the vocals sound like they just needed to be full and of life. And when you think of not that deep, right? The first thing I think about is a pool in water. And I know that like something that's deep, that has depth to it, has something in it, right? And for something to have something in it, like it has volume and shape type shit. So that's why I use the Kramer tape, because I know it's bringing volume and shape and density to the vocal, you know what I mean? And fullness, like not that deep. That key word tells me like a pool or the ocean, right? And I know that the Kramer tape is gonna like make this shit sound like like what it's supposed to emotionally feel like, you know?
Talk haters really ain't on shit. Don't be coming around me acting sensitive. I'm real calm. Kindly miss me with the dramatics and keep my name out your mouth when you mention it. Unless you comfortable with leaning in the tension in. They start feeling tight and I can see they shifting, man. They not real. I can see these niggas fiction, damn. Demanded, but they never pay attention. Wow, it's so wild. Can't you bring the spice to a mile? I don't really wanna get riled up. Who you thinking you talking to like a child? If a nigga,
like literally, who you think you talking to like a child? Like, bruh, if most people said that on a microphone, it would sound super harsh. But like going in there and like manually de-essing it, having a little bit of the like Weiss de-esser, which is the cleanest de-esser you could get, and then letting the Kramer tape vocal de-esser too, like smooth out the transients in the high end, makes the vocals sound like motherfucking Betty Crocker butter type shit. RVox, we know what that does. We're not gonna look at that. SSL E-channel strip. Most important thing was the gate for me. The vocals, I don't know why it kind of sounded noisy. And I just did a basic filter, bro. Like a filter to get some low rumble, like the most literally delicate moves. Because like how I said, all the vocals are going into that chain, but the compressor is important for me too, because it's giving that mid-range density. And I know that mid-range density is what is important, as these vocals are going to be up front, you know, and really like have an emotional meaning, you know, for the song, you know?
Talk haters really ain't on shit. Don't be coming around me acting sensitive. I'm real calm. Kindly miss me with the dramatics and keep my name out your mouth when you mention it. Unless you comfortable with leaning in the tension in. They start feeling tight and I can see they shifting, man. They not real. I can see these niggas fiction, damn. Demanded, but they never pay attention. Wow, it's so wild. Can't you bring this?
So it's not the fact that it got louder, but it's the fact that I picked a compressor, which is the SSLE, you know, compressor part that I know this motherfucker is giving me mid range. Like I know, like I literally know. I hear the density area, because some other compressors maybe use like a TubeTech CO1B and you boost the volume on it and shit and you compress. Like it's gonna give you more of a top end, you know, type of focused compression. All different compressors have different density areas that they give an emphasis to. Like a Fairchild kind of emphasizes more like the low thudding mid range. That's why it sounds good on you know, bass, you know. But Ozone 10 Spectral Shaper, this plugin's a gem between the Vice de-esser. Then you slap on the motherfucking Spectral Shaper. Oh my god, Spectral Shaper is kind of like another Soothe, but it's like where Soothe like works like, you know, so almost kind of like damn near aggressively. This one is a little bit, I feel like, more narrow. It's like more like a laser. It's more like a red dot, where the Soothe is more like a flashlight. It covers a bigger targeted area, but this one is more like a red dot, like a sniper on Modern Warfare 3 and shit and Black Ops. Like that shit just has a precision, quick scope type of aim for deharshing.
All talk haters really ain't on shit.
So that's why I'm attenuating.
All talk haters really ain't on shit. Don't be coming around me acting sensitive. I'm real calm. Kindly miss me with the dramatics and keep my name out your mouth when you mention it. Unless you comfortable with leaning in the tension in. They start feeling tight and I can see they shifting, man. They not real. I can see these niggas fiction. Damn, demanded, but they never pay it.
Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing. Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee.
So you see again how I keep trying to preach this shit. Like, bro, look, even right here, this S, literally, I went in there and deharshed it, bro. Like, literally, every single S has been deharshed. Like, so by the time it gets to this plugin don't gotta do no heavy lifting. Some niggas, they use Soothe as like their last ditch. Oh my God, hopefully it can save my vocal, but that's not how you're supposed to use any tool. You know, every tool is exactly a tool. It does a job, and it shouldn't be too hard. You know what I mean? If you work at a job or somewhere and they make you do all the work, you say that's unfair. So don't make any of your fucking plugins try to do all the work. All right? Because it's not going to work efficiently. You know, so, okay, see Sweetvox, and I like this plugin because it just takes out all the ground noise. And sometimes you compress in and you add in all these plugins, and now you start to hear noise that you could have never heard in the rough mix.
Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost is in all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect, then I never will. When the cracks start to show, get the Cetaphil. Been allergic to the fake, where's my Benadryl? The delusion is clinical and the solution is literal, and the alcohol shirt.
And this plugin, considering the fact that it's a UAD plugin, all UAD plugins have oversampling in that motherfucker. Just so you niggas know, you know what I mean? Just so y'all boys know. I mean, real analog hardware, when you run it through a vocal, it literally sounds like oversampling. Like if you ever play with gear, I've played with a lot of gear, and oversampling, yeah, for sure. So yeah, this plugin has oversampling in it, and that's why it just, by default, even though it's not doing a crazy amount of like noise reduction, it's the fucking vocal sounds better because this plugin has oversampling in it. So oversampling is something you need to be cognizant of as you are, you know, using UAD plugins, because every UAD plugin has oversampling in it. That's why UAD plugins be making people shit crash their computers. Okay, boom. You see, you know, little tweaks. I did a Silk vocal. I had to do 2 Sweetvoxes for this guy's voice. I don't know, it kind of sounded a little, just, you know, a little bit noisy. But then, you know, there's certain stuff like the delay. The delay is a very important part of the song, especially on the hook. So in order to make the delay sound special, you know, I did not put that much delay on the actual rap verses. First of all, because they're kind of rapping fast and the delay would step all over it. Second of all, because it's kind of like if I pull up to a party and I'm pulling up with an outfit, and because I'm the only one with this outfit, it's special. Right? So I only wanted to let the hook and Macy's verse have the delay like that so it could be special. Versus if you pulled up to the party and you wore the same exact Gucci outfit as me, the shit wouldn't be special. Like, ah, shit, this nigga wore the same goddamn Gucci outfit as me. Like, you know what I mean? It's less special when there's 2 of them, you know, scarcity. I'm creating scarcity, right? Pretty much making the listener appreciate the fucking echo by only letting it come sparingly through the hook and the last verse. Okay. I could have put more delay on the first verse and the second verse, you know, but nah, dude, you know, we gotta make the listener earn that shit. So yeah, his printed out effects, like a very smart person, he gave me the printed out effects, which is very important because sometimes you can't recreate the shit. I put on a fresh air to make the delay sound brighter, you know, and more mainstream and shimmery, you know. And yeah, I used a little bit of reverb to kind of like make the shit sound blurry, a little bit more blurry type shit. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the vocals. And let's wrap it up with the two bus. We use the Fairchild. The Fairchild just makes the RMS on this song, which is like the pads and all these long ass instruments feel more solid and image better.
Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost isn't all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the light.
So like density area, like how I'm talking about, I'm only doing like a dB, not even a dB, a point dB of compression. So it's just me understanding the components. You gotta understand the components. Like just running it through the Fairchild makes the whole mix like image better, and is also makes it thicker too, type shit like that. It also makes it sound thicker and brighter too, bro. Like the mid-range changes.
Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost isn't all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team.
Shit's kind of scary how much difference that Fairchild made on this song, no cap. Then I used the SSL bus compressor, and I only did it because I was looking for a certain tone. So back-to-back bus compressors. Well, you can't do that. You only got to put on the SL, and once you're glued, you're glued. Fuck no. I'm listening for a tonality and a character. So yeah, that's why I did this. You know, slowest attack, let all my transients go through, and yeah, no volume. I just mostly wanted it for the components, bro.
Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost isn't all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect, then I never will. When the cracks start to show, get the set of feel. Been allergic to.
I like what it did to the kick and the low end. It just made it feel more solid, bro. And then, oh yeah, fresh air. This is very important. And I put on these plugins like 50% of the way through. I don't let them literally completely influence the song, but they let me do less work. Sometimes I don't throw nothing on the mix bus. I just cook as I cook, man.
Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white. Illusion is clinical, and the solution is literal. And the alcohol sure may dissolve all the guilt and the shame as you're drifting away, but the realness medicinal. Allergic to the fake, where's my Benadryl? The delusion is clinical, and the solution is literal. And the alcohol sure may dissolve all the guilt and the shame as you're drifting away, but the realness medicinal. Hey, it's not that deep. Yeah, it's not that deep. Tossed by the waves and you wash in the waves, you spiral.
That plugin is making a big influence, bro. Because for sure, that mid-air push, I put this plugin on, then I started working on the vocals type shit like that. So it's like a you know, Pinocchio, like the nose of the mid-range is poking out so much. And then the Ozone preset, which is literally nothing, like literally the most minimal shit, bro. And this a little bit of upwards AI work, a little bit more imager, vintage limiter, because this song is a vintage type of song. So tube saturation, analog and modern.
Allergic to the fake, where's my Benadryl? The delusion is clinical, and the solution is literal. And the alcohol sure may dissolve all the guilt and the shame as you're drifting away, but the realness medicinal. Hey, it's not that deep. Yeah, it's not that deep. Tossed by the waves and you wash in the waves, you spiral the drain and I watch and I wave. Peace. Cause it's not that deep. You say have your back, but it's not that deep. New memories on my contact sheet. We can keep it light, cause it's not.
All right, bro. I'm starting to get exhausted a little bit, y'all boys. I put on another God particle, bro, because that shit just adds so much density. And it just made the whole song image better because this song got so much RMS, like how I'm talking about. RMS is like when you're at the beach, there's the high tide and there's the low tide. And pretty much when there's a high tide, it's kind of more erratic and spark, boom, boom, boom. The high tide is kind of like peak energy where it spikes, spike, 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 spike. And then the RMS energy is like low tide when it's like slow and shit like that, and it's more like calmer at the beach type shit like that. So that's what the RMS energy is. It's just like slowly, more slow and building up type of energy.
It's not that deep. Yeah, it's not that deep. Tossed by the waves and you wash in the waves. You spiral the drain and I watch and I wave. Peace. Cause it's not that deep. Used to have your back, but it's not that deep. New memories on my contact sheet. We can keep it light cause it's not that deep.
I think something that's very important to know too is I'm using the limiter right here, and the limiter has a transient enhancement thing going on too. So, you know, I kind of like do it 50% of the way through, and then I might go tweak my drum mix because I know this plugin is giving me more transient enhancement on the limiter. Okay, and then to get the fuck out of here, I'm tired. Soothe 2, this preset, you know, is because you know the limiter is gonna bring some distortion in because we pushing it by a few dB. So we want to take out that distortion and then hit a limiter that isn't doing any volume boosting.
It's not that deep. Yeah, it's not that deep. Tossed by the waves and you wash in the waves. You spiral the drain and I watch and I wave. Peace. Cause it's not that deep. Used to have your back, but it's not that deep. New memories on my contact sheet. We can keep it light cause it's not that deep. Not that.
All talk, haters really ain't on shit. Don't be coming around me acting sensitive. I'm real calm, kindly miss me with the dramatics and keep my name out your mouth when you mention it. Unless you comfortable with leaning in the tension in. They start feeling tight and I can see they shifting, man. They not real, I can.
And then this, whew, and then this motherfucking limiter is not doing jack nothing, bro. It's not doing nothing, bro. And just so I can look at the volume and just in case anything goes up a little bit higher, we can grab it. All right, y'all boys. I'm tired as fuck, bro. I'm tired as fuck. I put my everything into this video, bro. I showed you niggas the kick, bass, the beat, the music. Like, bro, I showed you everything, the vocal. Like, bro, who else is doing this shit? We got to keep it real, bro. Who else is really doing like shit like this, bro? Rather than like gatekeeping, oh, you could pay this shit for 100 and I'll show you how to mix. Trust me, buddy. I'll show you how to mix for 500. I'll show you how to mix, buddy. But yeah, it's pretty much the end of the video, bro. I just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of my YouTube. You know, if y'all like videos like this, I have courses on my store just like this. You know, you guys can check them out. And I just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of my video, my YouTube family. I'm gonna drop the link to the artist down below. I fought with Macy Heavy, so I just fought with him, so I'm gonna promote his shit. You know, and it's a great mix. I love it, breaking down this stuff, and maybe this could help some people. Whew. Just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of my YouTube family. Appreciate y'all. Peace.